But what statement that, as you may be aware, I'm a specialist in Uubomba province at Uubomba Mwibala Alya Mwibala. I want to speak to you, the need to carry the story as it was said. The issue of just picking a statement, then you cut and post that, it doesn't help. The statement in its full context meant you, the provincial party, the money we are receiving from the donors to construct the infrastructure for provincial, for the party administration. If you have not factored in the management fee, that is 10%, don't eat the money that is meant for the project. Of course, we appreciate that as you implement the project, you need to be paid, you need to eat, but you should factor in a contingency maybe of 10%, so that as you are implementing in that 10%, you should be able then to get a reward for implementing the project, because the member says, Uubomba Mwibala Alya Mwibala. As you are implementing the project, you need to be paid out of the 10% contingency, not within the amount of implementation of the project. And he had actually said it in Uubomba. Nga wali embuto at pantu ichibe mbata chireba nangu Uubomba Mwibala Alya Mwibala pantu kuti wali embuto eno washurefia kusombala, but because of the hidden agenda, people choose to cut this and that and just speak Uubomba Mwibala Alya Mwibala without explaining in the context in which it was said. The president was very categorical, even on those that have misapplied the drilling of bores on the copper belt. And he said, as we implement, if the budget is 10 million kwacha for the construction, the whole 10 million kwacha must go for the construction of the office block. If you had left out your contingencies, your administrative costs as you implement, you create a contingent of 10%. That statement, it was made clear. Those of you who attended those media houses, who meanwhile, they would be able to justify that, but you just cut Uubomba Mwibala Alya Mwibala and then you post without explaining in the context in which it was said. When you are employed, Jacqueline, at the end of the month, ZMBC must pay you a salary. When you are employed from the movie TV, at the end of the month after you worked, you need to be paid. You shouldn't be paid out of the capital. You must be paid out of the profit that you are making, so that the institution does not grind to halt. That's what the boss said. He clearly stated, don't eat the seed. Muikali embuto yo. Create a contingent of 10%. Out of that, then you should be able to reward yourself out of the works that you'll be doing. I hope that those of you who were there understood in the context. And how I wished, Smart Eagles, you can play the whole statement, circulate it on the social media so that Zambians are able to listen and make a proper judgment than the malice that has been spreading out there.
Actually, in addition, I just want to say that, you know, our colleagues from the media should help Zambia avoid, you know, being so petty. We've got a lot of work to do. We've got a lot of work to do. I was so shocked with the debate that this matters generated. The president was very categorical. All he was saying is that, like he says, that was a Bemba proverb he was using, to warn people not to use money which they are not entitled to. So basically, you're saying, even if you are working in the farm, you should only benefit from that which is entitled to you, which you are entitled to. You don't get what you are not entitled to just because you are the one that is working in the farm. That's what he was saying. And it was very clear that if you do, you'll be arrested. He was emphasizing the point that the finances which we generated from the fundraising were to be used prudently and for the project, and that nothing should be wasted. And that's why he gave a proviso that should they want to spend anything, it must be structured in the 10% contingency which the minister was alluding to. So to try and be mischievous, you know, and he's very categorical. The president was holding a workshop a few days ago of all of us ministers and controlling officers, talking about the prudent management of public finance. How can he then today be the same one to turn around and say you go and dip. So the bottom line is that let's analyze serious matters as they are, because the message was very clear, and those of us who use the language, who are members, who use the language, and we use these applications depending on the situation, feel extremely embarrassed by the way the interpretation is being done. And I think people should focus on major things that mean, that adds value to the lives of the Zambian people. Thank you.
You know, media, why are they